Oh, so you're not in the Hall of Fame yet. Is that how it goes?
Hey, Skip. Hey, Skip, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. By the way, one day maybe you'll be in the debate Hall of Fame, but you're a long ways away from that, as we keep seeing.
First ballot.
Yeah.
First ballot. I'm going to be the only guy they put in the debate Hall of Fame while you still debating.
Really?
That's how good I am.
That is your ballot signed only by you.
Oh, Shannon, confident wherever you are. We have a lot to get to on today's show. Is Ezekiel Elliott going to get his money? And does Baker Mayfield need to chill out a little bit? But we are going to start with Dak Prescott. NFL Network has unveiled their list of the top 100 players, and Dak Prescott is not on it. There were 15 quarterbacks in the top 100, including Carson Wentz, Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, and Cam Newton. And a reminder that this list is voted on by other players. So, Shannon, what does this tell you?
It tells me that these players do not think Dak Prescott is very good. They basically said, if you give an average quarterback that offensive line, Ezekiel Elliott and Amari Cooper, any quarterback, not the top quarterbacks, but any quarterback can do equally as well, if not better, than one Dak Prescott. But what I did do last night, Skip, because I still have some contacts in the NFL, I asked them next year to put out a list of 300 players. Therefore, we're guaranteed to get Dak in that thing, okay? Because I don't want you to be upset.
Yeah, lame jokes. Keep trying. Keep going.
Skip, I tell you all the time, I say, Skip, I don't know everything. I know a little bit about everything. But what I do know, I know a lot about. Now, I keep telling you how guys look at Dak, but you don't want to hear me. Execs look at Dak the same way. He's average. No, but the players said he's not even a top 100 quarterbacks. Not quarterback, a top 100 players. Skip, you say quarterback. Now, Skip Bayless has told me, Jenny, since I've been on the show for 3 years, the quarterback is the most valuable, the most important player in all of professional sports. And voted on by his peers, they says, nah, bruh, you can't even crack this 100, let alone get on the list for quarterbacks. A top 100, Skip, and he can't even make that list. That should tell you everything. But you know what? You're dug in. And you like to throw out stats, Skip, and I didn't know this about you. You didn't used to be this way, but now I'm starting to notice you like to throw out a lot of stats. Dak Prescott has won more games, second to top.
What are you talking about?
No, you used to be.
Talking out of your head.
No. Now, all of a sudden, oh, Dak Prescott got more game-winning drives than anybody.
Oh,
he's
did I
second
make
in
that
win.
up? No.
You know what's getting it's really not your turn to talk.
Yeah, thank you.
It's really not your turn to talk, but it's my turn. So thank you.
You're running out of gas.
No, I'm not running. I'm loaded up this morning. Stop by. Gas is $3 a gallon here, so I got plenty. Skip, did you know in 2018, his stats, he was 10th in completion percentage. He was 17th in QBR. He's 20th in yards per attempt. He's 22nd in yards per game. Those stats says average. Now, Skip Bayless has said, you know what? No quarterback in the history of the game in their first 3 years has had a higher completion percentage. But Skip Bayless, did you know over the last 3 years has been the highest completion percentage in NFL history across the board? So everybody is completing percentages at a higher level.
Yeah, but he's at the top.
Notion. No.
Yeah.
So this notion that all of a sudden, oh, he had better years than Elway and Marino and this one and that one. Skip, no, stop it. Stop it. The league is different now, Skip. No. You can't compare him against those guys. You must compare him against his contemporaries, guys that he's playing against in today's game. Now, the top 100 has been spoken for. And the players, they said over 1,000 players voted. 1,000 players, Skip Bayless, that's a large sample size. That's not 5, that's not 10. That is a very large sample size. And they said, no soup for you.
You done?
I'm done.
My turn to unleash. Thank you very much. By the way, when it comes to players knowing who can play, the greatest player in the history of all sports named Michael Jordan can't pick his nose when it comes to picking players in Charlotte, right? Just for the record, sometimes the players have no idea who can play except for themselves. And I don't know how many players were voting for teammates. I have no idea how that goes. They said actually 1,100 players voted. And all I
That's
can
more than
tell
1,000,
you,
I think.
yeah, all I can tell you is Mr. Sharp. In
Yes.
all my years of debating lists on television, and I go way back to, it's too far
Cold
back to even, I
pizza.
shouldn't even bring it up. But in all my years, all my lists, I have never seen a list more absurd than this list. This list is laughably insane. This list, by the way, would you believe that my team, my Dallas Cowboys, have the most players in the top 100? Would you believe 8 Dallas Cowboys are in the top 100?
And guess what?
But my quarterback is not one of the 8. So are we saying my team has 8 players better than my quarterback? Laughably insane. Are we saying that my cornerback named Byron Jones is better than my quarterback named Dak Prescott? Is that the truth? NFL players? Is that really, seriously, would any general manager in the history of the National Football League say, yeah, I can see that. That cornerback is better than that quarterback? Excuse me, is that right? Do you buy that?
Skip, what they're saying, what the players are saying, the reason why the Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl is because of your quarterback is holding you back. That's what they are saying, considering you do have 8 guys in the top 100 and your quarterback isn't.
Who was the MVP of Dallas's victory over Seattle in the postseason last year? Help me out. Was it Ezekiel Elliott? I think it was my quarterback. And again, my bottom line, my biggest takeaway from all this is this simply cements my point to you that I have made all preseason long, which is my quarterback, I've told you this the whole offseason, my quarterback has simply become the most underrated, underappreciated, overlooked quarterback in the National Football League, and it ain't even close. So I tell you all along, quarterbacks are more valuable than any other position, just in impact, in overall ability to affect the scoreboard. The quarterback times 10 is the most important position in your sport. I hate to tell you that as a tight end, but it's just the God's truth. Okay,
but
so,
Skip, but I'm not arguing with you in that point. I'm just arguing with you that your quarterback isn't in that position.
So it also offends me to some degree that these quarterbacks didn't make it. Derek Carr didn't make the top 100. Matt Stafford didn't make top 100. Jameis, Andy Dalton, Nick Foles, Flacco.
They didn't deserve to. They didn't deserve to.
All of them are in top 100 because the truth is the first 20 players on this list should be quarterbacks. If you really want to do it right, that's how it should be. So I'm here to tell you that right here, right now, if I'm starting my team next year, if I'm going to build a hypothetical team to go win the Super Bowl, and you give me a choice of all these players in the top 10 or my quarterback, I'm taking my quarterback over 3 players in the top 10. I'll take my quarterback over Julio, who is 9th. He's a dependent receiver, a dependent position. I'll take him over Antonio Brown, who is 7th. And I'll take him over Todd Gurley, who is 5th and has arthritic knees and has a hard time staying healthy. I'll take Dak Prescott, who, by the way, has not missed a single game in 3 years and has turned into one of the great young leaders in this sport today. I'll take Dak over any of those 3, and I will beat you with Dak Prescott because they can't do what he does because they don't play his position.
Well, guess what, Skip Bayless? There were over 1,100 players that voted, and they don't think he can do very much.
Well, I just told you what Michael Jordan's been doing as a GM. Yikes.
But no, hold on, Skip. Hold on. If you don't mind me asking, Skip, before you go any further, you say the players don't know what they're talking about. But there are execs that said Dak is an average quarterback, and then you say they don't know what they're talking about. So who in the hell know what they're talking about when it comes to Dak other than you? Okay, you're talking about the Mike Sando, the athletic piece that we talked about a week or so ago, the other day on the show. What was the first quote they used in the Dak section? It was from an anonymous executive who said, you know what? I think I'm paraphrasing, but he's saying he's being underrated because this time next year we may be talking about him as a 1, as in he belongs in the top tier. Because you saw that
when Amari Cooper joined the Dallas Cowboys and he finally had a trustworthy, dependable, wavelength wide receiver as a number one target. What happened? They just took off and went 7-1. Dak Prescott over the last 8 games had the 3rd most passing yards in the